trajectories that could take possibly. Like I did the chess playing thing, not with anal beads, but there is, for people who are curious, I discovered this. This is fascinating. There's quite a lot of anal beads and butt plugs and sex toys that are Bluetooth connected. And they have Python APIs. So if you're curious, you and
There's
your girlfriend.
quite a lot of them?
Yeah. They have, so you can program, there's I think it's actually called on GitHub butt plug.
Can you have them move to music?
Wait, I'm sorry, what? So tips, music? What do you mean move to music? So there's a set of... Yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't know if your ass or vagina could feel that. I don't know. I have not investigated any of this, but clearly a lot of people are.
Imagine if it syncs to a song. You're masturbating to In a Garden of Eden.
No, that's pretty easy, actually, to do. Yeah. This is something you would 100% do. But I don't know how much interest this is. But anyway,
so you could somehow or another use that to send a signal that would tell you night or whatever, rook 4.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't use that. I just used there's a bunch of devices that can vibrate. There's just like a size of a quarter, and so I played with that. Have a camera on the.
How would some? I mean, I don't even know how they theorize. If someone's playing chess and they have an anal bead that gives them signals. How could it even tell you how to move your pieces around? Like, what kind of a bizarre code would you have to...
Well, I'm glad you asked, Joe. There's an answer to this. No, so for a beginner like me, so it's just like a mediocre player like me, you would use a lot of information, like Morse code. You would say, take this piece, so it's the position of that piece, and move it to here. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of vibration.
Right.
For a grandmaster level player, all you need... It's a very low resolution signal about even just the information of there exists a move here that's not standard, that's going to be very strong. So that sends a grandmaster signal to think about this position. Like there's obvious moves and there's non-obvious moves. And like I'm just giving you examples of like a grandmaster needs a much fewer signal.
I see what you're saying.
So I would most normal players would need to be buzzing like crazy, but so with Morse code, there's a lot of different ways to compress. Like if you want to get good at this, it's actually I forget how many bits of data are needed, but it's very little. But if the easy one is Morse code to just send you the position of the piece. Yep. The interesting thing that I've not tested, and the audience, the few people in the audience that want to test this, is a lot of the vibrating devices have different settings, 0 to 20. I wonder how sensitive you are to be able to tell the difference between the settings.
Right, you could kind of like hover the piece of like warmer, exactly. colder.
So you can have information. I don't know if you can get information from the different intensities, or does it have to be binary 0, 1?
They weren't playing speed chess, were they?
No. This was the classical game, so you can wait as long as you want.
Yeah, maybe you could kind of like hover.
No, because but the way he would cheat is, I think it would go. The games were delayed by a few minutes, I think, so you can't hover. You have to. You just have the current state of the chessboard, and
right,
because you have to have the video stream of the chess. You have to somehow. It's two-way communication. You have to communicate to the AI, to the game playing engine, to the chess engine. What is the state of the current board? What was the move of your opponent?
Right, and so is there an overhead camera that allows and it's streamed?
Yes, it's streamed, yeah.
Well, the solution to that would be a delay, right?
Yeah, but there's also probably other ways to, like you can probably send signal on your body somehow by tapping and so on, what the opponent did. I don't know exactly how it's. I think protecting against cheating for over-the-board chess, which is in-person chess, I think is pretty easy. They just have to take effort to do that. Like they scanned him, which I think if he didn't cheat is kind of embarrassing, but it's also awesome. So I think he brought a lot of attention to chess.
Yeah, definitely, which is wild. Like a lot of people were paying attention to it because it was a scandal. That's what we like. Regular chess is boring. We want a scandal.
It's not just a scandal. I mean, they kind of are looking for the Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
For the young American wild type of character who might be a genius, who might not actually be cheating. There might be some brilliance here, beating the best person in the world, Magnus Carlsen, over the board.
Well, he's beaten some really good players before, right?
Yes, but not as like he had a meteoric rise. So I think he's beaten some very good players, but mostly people know he's not as good as he's not as good as somebody who can regularly beat Magnus Carlsen. Also, it's possible he got into Magnus's head because I think Magnus believes him and has believed that he's a cheater for a long time.
Yeah,
and he really hates cheaters, and so it's possible there's a. Like the same with you, like you hate people that steal jokes, right? Comedians hate people. Like you might not have a normal interaction with a person that's suspected of having stolen a joke in the same way he might have gotten in his head a little bit.
Well, he resigned on his first move the next time they played, which is wild.
Yep. Well, it's a good signal to say I'm not going to play with cheaters, but it could be also there could be a bunch of forces at play there because chess.com sponsors there's every single kind of field has their like
chess.
has their like centralized organization that has its interest, financial interest. There's the controversial figure. I mean the dynamic of drama plays out like in the same kind of way in all these different fields, but it's still pretty interesting to think because we're living in a reality, and this is going to happen in all kinds of interactions where we already have AI chess engines that are way better than humans. So how do you still enjoy the game of chess while there's a system out there that's way better than humans?
Well, because you're enjoying two people competing.
But it's
but you're not enjoying just the movement of the board being the most efficient. You're enjoying watching someone's thought process while they're figuring it out.
Yeah, but
that's what it is.
For sure. But but it's still not as magical as before when we thought chess was like the epitome of human intelligence. Now you're like,
but it still is the epitome. Well, Go is more complex anyway, right? And now computers can beat the best Go players.
Yeah,
which is really wild.
It's wild, but you still lose some of the magic when computers can do it.
You're a sweetie. You're such a romantic. It's so cute.
Well, for sure. Like imagine, I don't know. So back to sex toys. Imagine a vibrator could please a woman 1,000 times better than another human can.
Yeah, don't be selfish. Let her use the vibrator.
No, I know. But I'm telling you, there's